This is Kugan Cassius for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. On the phone, I have Mr. Tony Bellew. How are you, mate?
I'm alright, Lowell. What's going on?
Not a lot. What are you doing on a Friday night?
Sitting, studying videos.
Of anyone in particular?
We'll soon see.
What's the latest in talks? We saw Eddie Hearn with Usyk's promotional team the other day, having a meeting. What, any developments?
Yeah, good developments, but we just have to wait and see. I'll leave it with Ed for now, and I'll see where he goes. Ed knows, the kind of things that are expected and the things that are needed, so I'll leave it with him, mate, to see where it goes. I trust him with his career, so he's the best person to speak to on it.
But as far as you're concerned, are you sort of in camp training for Usyk?
I'm always training. I'm always trying. It's just that I seem to come off and I stop punching for a while because my hands need rest. But I'm always trying to improve. As some call it an athlete, but I think it's a way of life, Goose, that you'd have to live when you're in the game. When I come away from the game, I'll be able to stop living that lifestyle, but I ain't really completely come away from the gym. I've continued to do strength and conditioning work all the way through. I've continued to do some fitness work, swimming. I've just stayed away from the impact stuff, so the running of sorts, treadmill stuff, and slowly get back on things now. So we'll see how it goes.
But are you waiting for news from Eddie Hearn about when and who your next fight could be? Is that what you're kind of waiting on, or are you just kind of leaving it to him?
Down, we speak most days about different various matters. So as I said, just wait and see. I'm optimistic and hopeful that it can happen before the end of the year, and that's what we're looking for. So he's optimistic and hopeful of that, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Is there kind of a plan B or a plan C to Usyk? No.
No, there's a couple more fight options on the table, but am I really galvanised by them? Not really, no.
Hold on, this is someone, room service. Hold on a second. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'm fine for everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers. Sorry, Tone.
How the wealthy live,
So, as far as you're concerned, that's the fight if it gets made, that's what you're focused on, and that's the only thing that really rocks your boat and you're interested in.
It does a bit, yeah, but I'll say there's other options out there. I know people will always link me to war, but then people are always going on about, he's retired, he's this, but he's in a similar situation to me. He's in the gym. He's doing what he's doing, and it's like, fighters who are at that age where they don't really want to let go, they don't want to finish on a high because they still feel like they've still got an awful lot to offer. But I don't know, it's kind of the same situation for me. You're in a catch-22. Do you want to fight? Do you not want to fight? Do you want the biggest challenge? The world says I can't beat Alexander Usyk. The world says I can't beat anyone really. The world says I can't beat Tyson Fury. The world says I can't beat Andre Ward. So I'm only after challenges where they say I actually can't do it. I think it'd be boring for me to take on a fight where everyone goes, if I was to fight Stefan Seferi, or if I was to fight, Mark Damori, no one's going to want to care, are they? Everyone's going to say, it's Tony Bellew with another win, he's just getting a few quid in. So I'm after ones where everyone says I'm going to get beat up early.
So, we've spoken about this before, but that kind of thing kind of spurs you on, because everyone I spoke to doesn't really... outside of your immediate team, no one really gives you a prayer against Usyk, do they?
Thanks. You think the same thing?
No, I'm just saying from the people I've spoken to.
I'm just asking.
No, listen.
You speak to an awful lot of people.
Yeah, I do speak to an awful lot of people, and everyone I spoke to, I'm being honest with you, don't give you a prayer against Usyk. I'm not saying I don't, because I've kind of learnt over the years not to really back against you.
Okie dokie, so you've backed against me in the past, happy days.
Right, listen, if you want me... No, Tony, if you want me to be honest, I didn't think the first fight with David Haye that you'd beat him. If I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't.
No, not at all. Now did 99% of the world beat.
Yeah, okay, so,
99.9%, that 0.1%, it was in this house and in my team.
But you know, I'm not just because I'm on the phone to you.
It is what it is, mate.
Yeah.
What can you do? It is what it is. Just about proving people wrong. And all I ever heard is, oh, he was injured. You know, he was an old man. But no one said these things before fights. And it is what it is. You know, if I fight Alexander Usyk and beat him, what will it be? I mean, what will the excuse be then? I'm sure there's someone will find something.
Possibly, yeah. People don't really like to give you credit.
I'm sure they'll find something, mate. You know, if I'd have fought Tyson Fury and beat Tyson Fury, it's, oh, well, it's because Tyson's been out for years and stuff like that. But, you know, I've just basically just said very similar. Deontay Wilder will beat Tyson Fury because of the situation and the circumstance Tyson Fury is unfortunately in. But, you know, no one forced him to be in the circumstances that he's in. He's got himself into them circumstances, and that's the reason why Deontay Wilder will beat him, and beat him easily, to be honest.
Are you surprised how quickly this has materialised between Fury and Wilder? Like, since kind of the first talks?
No, not really, because once the AJ door closes, both of them have got absolutely nowhere else to go. You've got to look like that, because AJ has so many different places he can go, because the guy just fills football stadiums against anyone. I mean, if you can fill Millennium Stadium against Carlos Takam, then, you know, geez, I don't know what's next. You know, if you can get 80,000 people to watch you fight Carlos Takam, then it's insane. Or Kubrat Pulev, because either way, they're both the same kind of known, the same kind of way. So, you know, he's going to do Wembley Stadium against Povetkin, who's a fellow Olympic gold medalist. So, you know, when you aren't being, when you're a world champion and he's not, and you're not going to fight the man, then the next best in line is somebody who talks a great deal and claims to be a near heavyweight champion, and that's Tyson Fury. So they've kind of both need each other. It's very, very true. You know, there's nowhere else for either fighter to go. AJ is the top of the tree, and these two guys are kind of the next in line. But you know what? In all honesty, I feel for Dillian White, if I'm being totally honest. Because the lad just deserves a mega fight, so I do feel for him to a certain extent, which I shouldn't really say, but I do, just speaking my mind. He deserves a mega fight.
But you don't believe that this should be the next fight for Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder? Should he come through Pianeta?
How does the last two opponents clarify or make him ready for the WBC heavyweight champion of the world? How does Safari, whatever his name is, and then Pianeta qualify you for a shot at the heavyweight championship of the world? And you know, so that's just asking a basic question. How does that qualify?
But isn't it sometimes about when the opportunity comes?
Dillian White's just beat. Dillian White has got, in the last 3 wins, I think. You've got a win over Derek Chisora. I don't think he did, but he still got the win over Derek Chisora. Then he goes in and defeats Lucas Brown, and then he goes and defeats Joseph Parker. They're 2 former world champions. One's just come off the best, the other one's come off the best win of his career. How, in God's name, is Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury when he's coming off fighting Safari and Pianeta? How is that even happening? How is that even possible?
I mean,
it's a strange one,
yeah.
Strange, but I understand. Listen, you know, like I've just said to you before, Tyson's this big claim of being the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, and it's kind of it's got the public's backing, and you know why it's got the public's backing? Because they've seen he's a normal man who makes mistakes, and he's no longer Superman. So he's the guy that everyone loves to hate now. The guy that everyone hated to love, sorry. So now they all love him, but you know, let's be totally brutal. Who's tuning in to see a Tyson Fury fight, really? It's because of the exciting. I mean, when was the last exciting Tyson Fury fight you seen? I think off the top of my head, the last exciting Tyson Fury fight I seen was against Steve Cunningham. I can't remember the last exciting Tyson Fury. So what do we tune in to watch him for? We tune in to watch him because he talks a great deal and he sings songs after fights. I don't know what do we tune in for, Cougs? Because it's certainly not to be excited by the boxing.
Yeah, but some of the best fighters in the world aren't necessarily the most entertaining fighters in the world. You know that.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree with you anymore. But I'm still asking you what to be tuning in to see him for.
What's the whole package with Fury, isn't it? I understand what you're saying, but surely it's getting the job done ahead of entertaining the public. Surely it's getting the win ahead of anything else. You win how you win. No?
Of course you win how you win. I just don't get what you mean or what. I mean, what are people... You know, I've had probably about 2 fights that haven't gone well on TV in my whole career. And I still don't hear enough about it, and I still don't stop hearing about them now.
Cleverly and Chilemba.
Yeah, this fella's had a few of them, and he's the best thing since sliced bread now. It's out to get Joshua Day now. You know, it's unbelievable the way the spectrum turns at times. But you see what it is. It's kind of. It seems like there's I wouldn't say promotional battle, but a battle between sides, and it is very much becoming like America used to be many years ago when there was Don King and Bob Arum against each other. But what people seem to forget is there's only one real major high-level promoter over here now.
Have you gone on record?
And that's what people have to realise. There's only one fella who's doing it big.
Have you gone on record?
On a consistent basis.
Have you gone on record saying that this fight doesn't go past 3 rounds for Wilder and Fury? Have you said that?
I don't think it does.
No.
I don't think it does. I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love not more to see Tyson Fury win. That's the God's honest truth, but I just don't see how it's even possible. Styles make fights, and Deontay Wilder's an absolute nightmare for any heavyweight in the world. And that includes Anthony Joshua as well. He's a nightmare for anyone. The only difference with Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua has the same power as Deontay Wilder to equalise things up. So that goes into then whoever lands first, in my opinion.
But
Anthony Joshua is far more technically gifted than Deontay Wilder.
Are you basing that not going past 3 rounds based on Fury's inactivity?
Of course.
Just solely that?
Just based on everything. His whole appearance, his whole outlook, his whole everything. Just add it all up. And then his performances, that's the most important thing. Could you imagine me? I'd have beaten him handily based on the Safari performance. So, you know, it's not my fault he's in this condition, is it? You know, at the end of the day, boxing's all the time, and it's not my fault he's abused himself and abused his body. That ain't my problem. But, you know, at the end of the day, if he's a name and he gets you, and it generates big money, then you know, you're happy to fight him as if you think you can beat him. I'm a realist, mate. I'm probably the most honest and realist man in boxing. Well, I am the most honest, because I'd say, like I said before, if I was only purely the money, then why wouldn't I go and chase someone like Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder? I wouldn't chase them because I can't beat them. They're too big, they're too strong, and they have too many attributes over me. So, you know, there's very few. Now I don't know if you know of a fighter in the world who would say that.
No, I've never heard a fighter, especially a heavyweight. Now, I know you're kind of a new heavyweight-ish, but I've never heard anyone talk like that.
Because I'm just honest, and that's just the way it is. That's boxing. But people can't understand because they're liars. Fighters are liars. They lie to themselves.
What about Dylan White? What about him? Is that a potential opponent for you before you retire? No. For what reason?
It's not. Number one, it's not big enough. And number two, he's not a world champion. So what's the point?
Okay. So if you were to...
all the respect in the world for the lad. He can fight, brilliant fighter. One of the most improved fighters this country's seen. Really is massively improved. Full credit to Mark Tibbs for the job he's done with him, and Jimmy Tibbs, I'm sure he's been helping along the wayside. So full credit to both of them. Very good what he's done. But no, not for me. You know, once again, fair few attributes I'm giving away. And I just don't like the fight because I don't get credit. Do I think I could compete with him? Yeah. Do I think I'm a far better boxer? 100%. With one punch, I probably punch as hard, but with the weight advantage, it's going to stay with him a lot longer, the power and the weight, and it would be a huge factor. Leaning on me, getting a goal of me, it would be a massive factor. With someone like Fury, so much slower. You know, I see them coming. Fury's attributes compared to my attributes, I don't see any problems. Don't get me wrong, the one that turned up in Dusseldorf, that's a nightmare for me. That's huge problems. That's a sleek-footed heavyweight.
But surely that's the one, if you were to fight him, that's the one you'd prepare for, the best one.
Of course, that's the one you prepare for, but in reality, that's not the one that's going to turn up. That guy can't. That's what I'm saying. He can't. You know, if you know boxing, you'd know that. If you know the body and how it works, you'd know that. I know how hard it is to come and do anything after losing 2 stone a camp. And let's not forget, I used to compete at a weight division against world-class fighters 4 stone lighter than I am now. Don't get me wrong, I was nowhere near in the shape he is in, and as obese as he's been, and I haven't done the damage I've done to my body, so it's even worse for him. When it comes a time in a fight where he's got to rely purely and solely on his physical attributes and his physicality of his body will fail him. And his body will fail him because he's abused it. The body is an amazing tool, mate. It never forgets. And it never forgets either when you don't treat it right. And it will fail you at the time you need it most.
With Wilder's team and Wilder kind of ruling out fighting Joshua in April now, do you see the attention turning? Well, yeah, I mean, Shelley Finkel was saying today, and Deontay Wilder were both saying today to the media that fight won't happen in April. Do you kind of expect Joshua and Dillian Whyte to take next attention now if he beats Povetkin?
I don't know. I wouldn't know what the move is. All I know is Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight in the world. He's got 3 out of 4 belts, so I know the power lies with him. I don't really know where else. I mean, I know he looks at himself, and I know personally how he looks at himself being 1-1 with Dillian Whyte, although he's beating him in the pros. But I know what AJ's mindset is like. But I don't know, mate. I don't know what his next move would be. I really, really don't. I mean, he's just at the top of the game, and he's the face of boxing, of boxing globally. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. He's universally recognised as the best heavyweight in the world. There's no disputing that, no denying it. He just is. It is what it is, and he's done it in such a quick period of time. It's unbelievable the speed and the pace he's done things at. But I don't know where the road's going to lead after he beats Povetkin. And make no mistake, Povetkin could be a hard fight if he wants to make it, but I believe he's now got the tools and the experience and the attributes now. He's understood that he's got a choice these days, like he showed in the Joseph Park fight. He can actually make fights. He can make them very, very easy and win them easy. You know, it's kind of how Lennox went after joining Emmanuel Stewart. He found and learned a way how to win fights very easily without taking any risks at all, and that in itself is a great art.
Just coming back to you, are you taking your career now fight by fight, literally? Like you haven't?
Fight left.
You got 1 fight left?
Well, unless something else something crazy appears, then I think so, yeah.
So by the end of this year, you will probably be retired. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I say, don't get me wrong. Sometimes things can change. Like if, let's just say theoretically, if Usyk never called me name and this never came about, then I'd probably be done. But he's called me name, and I'm someone who always answers the phone, mate. Let's be honest. I'm always up for the challenge. I've always tried to face the best fight in the world, and I've always been told I'm getting knocked out, or I'm told I'm crazy or whatever, but I've consistently always tried to face the best fights in the world.
Okay, who was I talking to the other day? I was talking to someone the other day, and I said that you probably had another year in you left, but by the way you're talking, you're not even that.
No. I'm trying to get off, mate. I've had my exit strategy planned for quite a while. It's time to spend some time with the family, so going one more time allows me to do that.
What will you do when you're not boxing?
No idea.
Will you train? Will you train people?
Nope.
No.
It's not for me. Because I demand so much, and I understand what's expected, and far too much is expected for what you actually get in the start of this game for many years as well. It takes far too much. So I wouldn't recommend, because I understand what it takes. Don't get me wrong, at the end, for me it's been absolutely amazing, but it's been very close on numerous occasions for me where it hasn't been great. So I've been on the end of harsh decisions, I've been on the end of hard times, tough times, I've been skint, I've been many different things at different parts of my life in boxing. I'm very happy it's worked out the way it has over the last few years. But it could have been so different. You know, you got to look at it. Even after Goodison Park, I was nowhere near secured in any way, shape, or form. I was still living, I'd say, fight to fight. The movie set me up quite a bit, and then I'd say the title fight, winning the title, set me to a certain extent. The first defence, you know, they were nothing compared to what. Like I said before, I've said it. I've been quoted as saying it, so it's not like I'm breaking this new. You know, the first Hay fight was more than 3 times my whole career combined.
Mm-hmm.
So one fight can change everything like that. People wonder why I'm very grateful towards David Hay. Or I wouldn't say grateful, but you know, why? You know, oh, your best mate. It's not about being best mates. So I'm very happy because that man, at the end of the day, that man could have chose to fight anyone in the world. He was probably the most avoided heavyweight in the world when he took me on, because none of the top boys wanted to touch him. Let's be honest. He was coming off the back of 2 big, mightily impressive knockout wins in double quick time, and the truth be known, he just thought I was going to be another knockover job. And but it doesn't matter. He still chose me. Even though he thought it was going to be a knockover job, probably thought it was going to be Audley Harrison 2 all over again. But the fact of the matter is, it didn't work out like that for him. But he still chose me. So, you know, it's happy days. And I'll forever, I'd say forever be in his debt, but I wouldn't say forever be in his debt, because I repaid that debt when I gave him the rematch, so I didn't have to give him. But I still feel, you know, very lucky that I got to this position, because I know many fighters better than me who are in bad positions now. Skint, nowhere to go, nothing to do, going from job to job, better fighters than me, mate. So, understand that. I feel very grateful to be in the position I'm in.
You could promote. You've definitely got the mouth to promote.
Once again, an awful lot of expenditure and money goes into something, and sometimes it can be big losses and very little returns. It's only when you get to the monsters and you get yourself an absolute diamond that you can perhaps touch lucky. But even then, you still need the contacts. And do I have the contacts? Yes, but I don't envy how much time Eddie puts into his business. Eddie is probably one of the busiest men I've ever known. The only person I've seen who's on the same level as him is Sylvester Stallone. I've never seen anyone who's as busy as him, ever, or just works as hard. So the 3 people I've seen who've been around in my lifetime, I've seen work as hard as these 3 people. I would say the hardest work I've ever been on is Ryan Coogler, 16 hours a day, every day, for 3 months I watched him do. I'd say second, there's 2 second people, Sylvester Stallone and Eddie Hearn. It's just unbelievable work rate, you know, sliced through 15-minute interviews with people, 15-minute meetings, and he'd have 4 meetings in an hour. It's unbelievable the way they worked. His diary was just full for the day of 15-minute. See people for 15 minutes at a time. It's unbelievable. Eddie Hearn's just never off his phone. His phone might as well be sellotaped to his head. And if he's not on the phone, he's got someone answering the phone. And if he's not, you know, and if when they're answering the phone, he's in a meeting with someone else. So he's just extremely busy, mate. He gets, you know, very limited time along with the family and stuff like that, but he works as hard as he does for them, so which is fantastic to see. This is why I don't begrudge fighters you there like Deontay Wilder talking nonsense, saying the white man earning the money. I'm sure Shelley Finkel works for them for nothing. It's absolutely crazy. But these people work very, very hard and help us as fighters massively, because without them the game wouldn't function. The game wouldn't even work. Because the way people like Deontay Wilder talks is, if you're on the street, I've got 50 million in a bag. Don't talk nonsense, son. 50 million ain't fitting in no bag. 50 million probably doesn't even fit on some planes.
Did you see John Fury and Deontay Wilder having a little few words today? Did you see that?
Yeah, listen, them kind of things is, it's all for the cameras, things like that. I don't think it is on John's part, in all honesty. it is from Deontay's part. He knows how it works. When he came across me, it weren't, because that was no way in any way, shape or
No, that I can confirm that definitely wasn't. That was, yeah.
You know, I wasn't even supposed to be out there at that time, but they've known Deontay's coming. You know, Sherry Finkel's just behind them with the Watson twins, and you'd hear them shouting, whatever it is. But Big John's, no bad. Big John's just putting them straight. John Fury's a straight fella, mate. You know, he's a straight shooter. He just, what you feel, what you get. You know, and he's not messing with him, because you couldn't even beat me, never mind me son. He's not messing. And he really does believe that, but you know, it's that's a father, mate, defending his son's honour. You can't really knock that. You know, no. I'm sure my half would be the same. So, you know, I take me off to John Fury, mate. Hard man in his day.
Alright, well listen, thank you for giving me your time tonight on a Friday night.
Yeah, you've had a very long space of my time now.
I have. I thought you'd be out clubbing in Liverpool somewhere, but you know, them days are gone.
Do nightclubs, yeah, mate, them days are long gone. I'm married now, my father of three. Nightclubs and all that stuff can be put on the back burner.
That's it. Alright, well listen, we hope to get news of your a potential fight with Usyk soon, hopefully.
Fingers crossed, mate, hopefully it can happen, but you know.
It will be in the UK though, won't it? It will be in the UK.
Depends who you think the bigger name is. They're attracted to where? Russia or the UK?
No, you've got to have that fight here.
Don't know, mate. Never rule Russian out. Nice little spin for you at the end.
We'll see what happens.
Take it easy, kid.
Tony Bellew, thank you very much. We'll catch up soon.
Pleasure. Ta-ra, mate.
Top man. Thanks, mate.